This is Björn Jensen of Dawn of Demise, and you're listening to The Ritual with Lady Death on Metal Messiah Radio.
They're blind, for they never see the things for what they are. Life will cease to exist for them who fail to realize.
Hello everybody, this is Lady Death and you are listening to The Ritual on Metal Messiah Radio. I had the chance to interview Björn Jensen of the Danish death metal band Dawn of Demise a few months ago. Today Björn is joining us again to talk about their upcoming album mainly. First of all, let me thank you, Björn, for giving us a bit of your time and welcome to my show.
No worries, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Alright. So, for the ones who don't know you yet, Dawn of Demise is a Danish death metal band that was formed back in 2003-2004 by you, your brother Scott, and your guitarist Martin. You released till now a demo, an EP, and 3 full-length albums, and your 4th full-length album will be released this month on August 26th through Unique Leader Records, and it will be titled The Suffering. Starting with the title of the album, The Suffering, it's a big word and somehow. How comes you picked that word as a title? It is related to a certain concept that the album has?
Actually, I like it. It's a very good and long question, but the truth is, there's nothing really special behind the title. We were just looking for a cool title, and we're a death metal band, and we wanted a short title, so that's it. Nothing special, nothing lyrical about the title, nothing, not a concept or anything, just a cool title, that's it.
Alright. So is Scott usually the one who writes the lyrics?
Actually not. I write the lyrics, and I've written all the lyrics since day one, so from the demo and until now it's been me, all the lyrics all the way through.
So what is your main inspiration?
My main inspiration is probably, death metal bands that I've listened to through the years, and those who I thought wrote the best lyrics, and also stuff like, everyday life and horror movies and stuff like that. Nothing special or anything like that. Whatever comes up, but it's always some stupid death metal thing with death and destruction and all that, but that's just the genre, right?
Alright. So a new drummer, Björn Jensen, joined you in 2013 and recorded with you this upcoming album. What do you think about his drumming? You think he was the right replacement of your previous drummer, Simon?
Yes. Yeah, he joined our band, and he is a really good drummer, but we have been very lucky in Dawn of Demise. We've had, Bastian is our 4th drummer,
yeah,
and all of our drummers have been really, really good, but Bastian brings a little bit extra. He works really hard, he practices all the time. What it was with some of our old drummers were they were either good at playing fast or good at playing hard and groovy and heavy. But Bastian, he's kind of all round. He can play fast, he can play groovy, and he's hard hitting, and he just suits the band. And if you want to know how to pronounce his name correctly, it's Bastian Tuskor.
Okay, thank you.
But it's difficult. Bastian Tuskor, how should you know?
Yeah, exactly. I used Google Translate basically.
Yeah, but you can't translate. It's like a name. I don't know if your name is Paula or Paula or
it's
how
Paula.
you pronounce it. Paula. Okay, yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah. So, what about the composing recording process? Was it similar to the previous ones, and did you face any difficulty this time?
You can kind of compare the way we've composed all our songs and all the albums. You can compare it because it's quite similar. But last album, Rejoice and Vengeance, what happened on that album was that Martin, our guitarist, he got a couple of children, and he got busy with life and a real job, and he bought a house and the wife and all that. So he was really busy. So he didn't come up with so much songwriting wise on the last album.
Yeah.
I ended up writing about 80-90% of the last album, all the songs and riffs and so on, and also did all the vocals and lyrics and all that. So the last album was kind of like, it's a Dawn of Demise album, but I wrote the most things on it.
Yeah.
But this time round, we've gone back to what we did on, for example, Hate Takes Its Form, our first album, where Martin, he wrote a lot and I wrote a lot and the others joined in. This is what we did on this one as well. I wrote 6 songs, Martin wrote 4 songs, and we wrote 1 song together. So this album is much more of a collaboration. With the last album was, of course, Rejoice and Vengeance was still a collaboration, but I wrote so many of the songs that this time round it's more varied and it's much more of a collaboration, and I prefer that. It's not important who writes anything in the band, as long as it sounds good. But this time round, with Martin coming back and really writing a lot of riffs, has improved this album, and I find it more varied and looking forward to hearing what people think, but much more of a collaboration within the band this time.
Yeah, that's nice. So you released the song The Right Direction of the upcoming album, and I gotta tell you, I wasn't disappointed at all. How can you compare the Suffering to Rejoice of Vengeance, like, in general, other than the collaboration, the music-wise?
I'm glad to hear that you like the song.
Yeah, I like the whole album.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Actually, that song, I mentioned Martin before. Martin wrote that entire song. I did the lyrics, of course, but Martin did all the riffs and all the arranging and wrote all the music. So that's awesome. I'm just so happy that he's back in, music writing form. So that's Martin's song, actually. I'm glad that we chose that one to put out because it's kind of representative of what Dawn of Demise is. And how I can compare the Suffering to Rejoice and Vengeance. It's still Dawn of Demise. It's very easy to hear that it's Dawn of Demise, and a lot of the things are kind of similar, but it's more varied this time because Martin is back writing riffs, and it's not, as I said before, it's not just me. Martin's done really a lot on this one, and Bastian's on this album, so the drumming's, it's a bit more interesting if you ask me, and the album's more varied because we're doing different things than we've ever done before, not because it's original or weird or those keyboards or anything like that, but we play a bit heavier, a bit slower than we're used to, and when we go fast, we go a bit faster, and we usually, kind of go through our riffs and say, oh, that's a bit too thrashy, or that's not our kind of riff. But this time round, if we like the sound of it, we try to use it. So we are experimenting a little bit on this one, but still keeping it Dawn of Demise, death metal, slam, US style. So nothing too original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Björn Jensen of Dawn of Demise, and you're listening to The Ritual with Lady Death on Metal Messiah Radio.
So, will you shoot a music video for any of the new songs?
Yes, I think we will. We decided to do it, but we haven't really done anything with it so far. But I expect that within the next 2-3 months, we'll probably do a video.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it is hard for me to choose, or for you to choose, but what is your favorite track on this album and why?
So far, my favorite song is the title track, The Suffering. And it's probably my favorite track because it sounds a bit different than what we usually do, and because Martin and I did the thing together. So it's very subjective, but I like to hear, his ideas mixed with mine and how it works together and all that.
Yeah.
And also, we're doing a few things in that song we've never done before. So I really like that, but also I like other songs, but the opening song, which is called Sadistic Gratification, I like as well because it has all the elements of the death metal that we like. It has the heaviness groove, it has fast things, it has small, intricate, difficult parts, and
All right.
So the opening track I love, but for me right now it's the title track, The Suffering. I could imagine if we were going to do the video, which I think we are, we'll probably be doing it for The Suffering, is my guess.
That's nice. So, since you've been maintaining your own sound, how hard is to retain self-consciousness while writing music and make a clear distinction between playing and overplaying things?
That's a big question. Maintaining our own sound is, it's not really our sound. We borrowed from here and there, and, we love American death metal. We love especially death metal from New York and so on. So that mix between standard death metal and, slam heavy death metal.
Yeah.
It's not our own thing, but I know what you mean. It sounds like Dawn of Demise, but being self-conscious about what we're playing, I'm not, it's just what we sound like. We don't have to think, You know what I mean? When we sit down and write songs and we go for it, it just sounds like Dawn of Demise. And again, not to, what did you say? You said, overplay things. It's just something you think of while you're writing an album. When we write, when we start writing an album and we have 4 songs and we can see, 3 of them are kind of similar. It's kind of the same tempo and the same heavy slam riffs. What we do is we go down, we change a few things, and maybe the next song we start recording will be a fast, non-slam like song. So we just do what we do and it comes out sounding like it does. So on this album, this is the first album where we have written more songs than we recorded. We had 13 songs ready, and we just chose to go with 11 of them this time to make the album as good as we could make it.
Yeah, that's nice. So I know you signed a contract with Unique Leader for a few more upcoming releases. You never thought of signing with a bigger label, or you are achieving what you wanted to achieve with the band with Unique Leader?
Truth is, honestly, we're a small band from Denmark, and yes, we have this album and another one on Unique Leader. That's what we've signed for.
Yeah.
We're a small death metal band from Denmark. What we wanted back in the day was just to write some songs and go out and play shows, and then suddenly we wanted to release an album, and we actually got an album deal, and how awesome was that? And we later played with Suffocation, and we got to play abroad in India and so on. Yeah. We don't really have the biggest ambitions in the world, but what we want is just to grow a little bit in popularity and be, more people know Dawn of Demise, maybe get some bigger shows.
Yeah.
Because truth is, if you want to make money and you want to make real money, you shouldn't play death metal music. In this world, Cannibal Corpse do quite well, and they earn quite a decent wage, but again, they're not rich. They're far from it. And so, we have normal lives. And as I told you before, I'm a school teacher. So this is just, Dawn of Demise is a hobby that we love. Can you say it like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know that it will never be our jobs because, we could never make enough money. So we just want to, at the level of we love the band and we love playing and we love writing music, we want it to grow, but it will never be huge. but as big as we can get is what we like, and Unique Leader is definitely big enough for us.
Oh.
So, we started off being on Deep Sand Records from Boston, Massachusetts, and then we went to Unique Leader, which is a bigger label, with a lot of with a few fairly known bands on it. Pyrexia is on it, Internal Bleeding's on it. And they put out Deeds of Flesh and so on. So those bands are at least as big as we'll ever be, probably bigger, right? So we're from Denmark. What can you do?
Yeah. So, any shows or tour planned?
Actually, what we did recently, we signed. No, we didn't sign. We went into agreement with a company from Holland or the Netherlands, and they're trying to put up some European shows, mini tours for us. But let's see what's happening, because they haven't done anything yet. But hopefully they will.
Yeah.
And besides that, in December we're working on 2 or 3 bigger shows here in Denmark. So let's see. Hopefully more shows come abroad. Hopefully in Lebanon.
Yeah, right. That would be a dream.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, we see lots of bands breaking up due to some financial problems and more. What can you advise the new bands to do to keep the bands going?
Did you say financial problems?
Yes.
Yeah. Truth is, I can just say the way that we've worked around it, because financial problems. If you, when you're young and you start a band and you're all, I want to go on tour and I want to be the new Metallica and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that can be a problem if you don't work or you don't do anything. But again, we work and we keep it at a level so we can have regular lives and regular jobs and so on. Still, we want to go on tours and all that. That's not it. But being realistic about what you're doing. I'm 38 years old, and my big brother Scott, the vocalist, he's 45 years old. So we have normal lives, and we're not kids anymore. So we know we kind of have to work and all that. And that's just, you kind of have to be realistic about where you are, but also not sounding too pessimistic. I would also say, of course, go for it if it's what you want. But death metal, it's difficult to go for it if it's to make means to so you don't have to work, because honestly, it's not very death metal bands that can pull that off. I don't know, Cannibal Corpse, I don't know, maybe Obituary, not very many bands are doing that, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know which bands can live off playing death metal, but I'll venture to say not more than a handful.
Yeah. So, what do you listen in your spare time other than metal music?
Other than metal music?
Do you listen to other stuff?
I listen to some hippie rock and hard rock and glam and all that, but basically I'm mostly into metal music. I actually have on the computer here, I have the playlist of the 10 latest albums I've listened to, if you want to hear that.
Yeah.
But it's not non-metal, because it's basically all I listen to is like death metal, grindcore, hardcore, thrash, heavy metal, hard rock, and all that. So it's kind of all in the metal genre. So, but the last 10 albums I've listened to, let me look at it here.
Yeah.
Is let me look at it. It's Gorgod's Considered Dead.
Yeah.
Soils of Faith in the Herd, Benediction, Dark is the Season, Dysentery, Fragments, Paemia, Cerebral Serial. Oh, Lionheart, Welcome to the West Coast. There's a hardcore band.
Yeah.
Death Human, Gorgasm, Destined to Violate, Gorefest, Rise to Ruin, and Pestilence, Testimony of the Ancients. So that was like 8 or 9 death metal albums and 1 hardcore album. That's me these days.
Yeah, that's nice. So that's it. Anything you would like to add?
Yeah, August 26th, our new album, The Suffering, is coming out. I think everybody should go buy the CD, the vinyl, and all the shirts and spend all their money on us. Yeah, that's it. And to all the people that do buy it and all that, send us some pictures of you, flashing the merchandise or the CD or the vinyl or so on. We love to see when people abroad, like Dawn of Demise. For us, it's still amazing to see that people actually like our band and not just the usual handful from Denmark. So it's awesome when people abroad dig our band. So go buy the shit and send us pics of what it looks like, and let us know what you think of the album. That's it.
All right.